Hi, welcome you all to my channel, The Excelism. Friends, this video is part of the series of videos on the statutory branch audit. In this video, I would like to explain you how important the columns should fill with the data. Meaning, we will take the loan balance file. When there is an interest column, there must not have any blank in the interest because for every account, there must have some interest rate. When at the time of feeding into the system, if they don't feed correctly, sometimes it may be blank. If they intentionally ignore, then that may be blank. So in this video, we will try to analyze how blank cells or blank values in any of the columns impact the analysis. Let me open a Excel file. This is the loan balance file. Don't worry, this is the masked data. Account number should not have any blanks. Account type should not have any blanks. Customer number should not have any blanks and so on. Since the columns are so many, I cannot go to individual items. Generally, in this angle, we don't do any analysis. But I'm sure this is also one of the very important analysis we all need to do. What I have done just now, I inserted three empty columns. Let me insert another empty column, third one. Control plus is the shortcut, right? I want to know, first of all, how many records are there in this file? Rows. Let me select the data from here to here. Enter. There are 1026 accounts are there. Friends, you will get the loan balance file in the .txt format. Please watch my previous video where I explained how to convert .txt loan balance file into the Microsoft Excel structured format. After you convert it into the structured format, you can follow this analysis. Now let me copy this. I am going to the last column. Let me do Control V. There are 1026 records are there. That means 1026 account numbers are there. Now I want to know how many blanks are there. Let me use a function called count blank. Close bracket, enter. There are no blanks. So there is no issue with this column. Now let me copy paste the same formula till the last column. Okay. There are no blanks here, no blanks here, no blanks here, no blanks. Interest rate also doesn't have any blank. There's no problem. So outstanding doesn't have any problem. Irregularity doesn't have any blanks. Sanction date you are finding for every account. EMI is due, EMI is paid, EMI is overdue, new IRAC condition, old IRAC condition, arrear condition. Wonderful. Currency you are finding, you are not finding any blank. Account maintaining branch, you are not finding any blank. Next due amount or the installment amount, there are no blanks. Irregularity date, there are no blanks. Unrealized interest, there are no blanks. Accrued interest, there is no blank. Yes. Stress, whether an account is a stress account or not, they should key. So there are 106 accounts. There are 106 cases where the tag is missing. You can basically find a tag of N. If not, is it the meaning of yes, there is a stress? We are not sure. They need to give the explanation. The branch manager should tell us why for some of the accounts, stress has not tagged. Now, immediately our analysis should go into a level. If it is not tagged, is it impacting my classification anywhere? Is my classification is based on the stress, right? If you look into the special mention account, there are three types of SMAs: SMA 0, SMA 1, SMA 2 in case of installment based loans. In case of revolving credit like cash credit or any of the working capital loan, we have SMA 1 and SMA 2. So when blank is there in the stress, then we need to filter all these accounts which are blank. We should ask the question, the branch manager, why stress has not been tagged? Is it intentional or not? So there may be n number of reasons why this did not tag. But I'm sure you all can connect to my second video or third video of series where I have explained about automation of IRAC procedure. When it is an automation of IRAC procedure, including the stress, including the SMA, including the classification, everything must happen in the system automatically. When it will happen in the system automatically? When the inputs are proper. If inputs itself are not proper, automatically the classification may not be proper, right? So you need to have a proper analysis why for 106 accounts stress column is blank. Now, since stress is blank, obviously SMA code with respect to the incipient stress is also blank. We should ask a question why this is blank. For remaining all accounts, they have given a code. Which SMA code of the stress? But for 106 accounts, it is not there. Let us try to see, are these 106 accounts that belongs to NPA? Let me go here, SMA class. No. All types of advances are there. NPA category are there, SMA 0 is there, SMA 1 is there, standard assets are there, and so on. So we cannot take a conclusion that wherever stress is blank, that means it is yes. If it is yes, is it an NPA or SMA? Even you are finding standard assets also. That is what a doubt we are having, right? So this is the question we should ask the branch manager. Now, whether every account has been tagged as a risk asset or not, you can just check it out. Uh, yes, there are no blanks, zero are there, and you can find yes or no. This is very important. When you click yes, okay, when they are saying it is a risk asset, it is very important. And also, risk asset date also they have given. You have to take the account statement and start digging these accounts, these particular accounts specifically. Very important, right? And out of these 5 or 6 accounts, 4 accounts are NPA already. See, they classified these all 6 accounts are risk asset, right? And 2 accounts are not NPA. What is the reason for this? It is very important for us to ask this question, right? However, in this case, no blanks are there in the risk asset or risk asset date. When it comes to the right of flag, everything is there, the data is there. Right of amount, no blanks are there. Right of date, no blanks are there. Again, if you look into the last 3 columns, let me tell you, these 3 columns started including into the loan balance file from 2021 year because of the automation of IRAC circular by the RBI, right? So if that is the case, system should have a tag for every account, whether it is a standard asset, that means everything is perfect, everything is on time payment, or whether it is SMA 0, that means 0 to 30 days overdue or out of order. In fact, for out of order, there is no SMA 0, it is overdue. If it is 30 to 60 days overdue or out of order, that is an SMA 1. It is SMA, if it is SMA 2, that means it is 60 to 90 days overdue or out of order. If it is above 90 days, either overdue or out of order, then it is a NPA. That means this particular column should indicate us whether it is a standard asset or SMA 0 category, SMA 1 category, SMA 2 category, or NPA. And there are 541 accounts, almost 50% of the accounts where this particular tag has not been identified. We are not sure what is the reason. So we need to give a mail to the branch manager, filtering all these 541 accounts, sending across to the branch manager, asking for the reason. They must need to tell us why the SMA class tag did not identify. They cannot simply say that, Sharon, wherever blanks are there, consider those all are the standard assets. If that is the case, there must be a follow-up question. If that is the case, even standard assets are there. Why for some standard assets, there is a tag, for some other accounts, there is no tag? That means, is it somewhere the problem with the system? Or is it somewhere the problem with inputting the data? And so on. Obviously, these three are together into one category. So wherever SMA class is blank, SMA date is blank, and SMA arrear condition is also blank. When it comes to the arrear condition, okay, So arrear condition for banks 24 is different type of arrear. That means different type of deficiency is there. Even you can do a good analysis if you can filter all the arrear conditions where it is zero, because arrear conditions are different categories. Maybe in the coming videos I'll talk about, in case of banks 24, what are the different types of arrear conditions we are having. So arrear conditions, if it is out of order or overdue, there must be a condition, arrear condition. That means ideally, wherever arrear condition is zero, all these must be STD. Yes. Okay. Yes, all are standard assets. If you are finding anything other than standard, SMA 0, for SMA 0, there must be an arrear condition. For SMA 1, there must be an arrear condition. For SMA 2, there must be an arrear condition. For NPA, there must be an arrear condition. Arrear condition is nothing but a code. Basically, if you can go to this particular column, there are so many codes, right? 501, 506, 701, and so on, right? So let me stop this video here. This video is intended to understand the blanks in our data, because when a specific column is having a blank, it gives us some analysis, it gives us some inference out of the data. So that you have to filter all these columns or records where blanks are there, and you should send an email to the branch manager, and you should seek for the clarification. Thank you so much. See you all in the next video with a different type of analysis.